Okay, welcome back to the Itsy Game Series. This is the optional 9 alpha for refining pipe assets. So for this, we're going to do the more complicated shape, the D90D45 shape, and add its collision and get it all set up and import it in. This one, like I said, is optional. If you watched the Series 9 video, then you've got all the information you need to continue. This is more for somebody that just wants to see it. So with that being said, we'll get over into Blender and we will get to finishing up this asset. Okay, so we're back in Blender again. And we're going to make uh, our other meshes and get them squared away. So I took a break last night because it was super late when I got finished with the last video. So where we were last time was we finished this D90, so now we need to finish the rest of the models. Like I said before, this is an optional video, so you're welcome to hang with me. If not, skip ahead. So anyway, we did the D90. Now we got to pick another shape. So I'm back to my original profile. Profile blend file. Sorry, my words are just escaping me today. So what I can do is I can pick one. I don't know. I guess I'll start with this guy here. That's the D9045. So I'll save this file. Save as. Pipe. Hello. There we go. Pipe. Underscore D90D45. So that way I know I'm not overwriting my original blend file. Okay. So now we got that. I can get rid of everything I don't need. Cursor to world origin, selection to, I should select that first, selection to cursor. And then that's squared away. I'm thinking I might actually be able to kind of cheat a little bit here by importing my D90. So that gives me this shape here, although it's not quite right. Let's say I rotate Z90. There we go. And object apply all transforms, so that'll like stick it back where I want it to be. So then I can get, like I said, I can kind of cheat by taking the D90, getting rid of the old D90, and then now I've got these shapes that we already worked from. Which will work out pretty well because this is, the bottom there that we already wanted. I wonder if I could just take these, duplicate them, and then rotate them 90 degrees and put them kind of in place. So let's see if I can, cheat this a little bit. So we'll shift duplicate these and then see if I can move them down. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but if it does, it'll make my life a lot easier. Okay, and then I can rotate those on the X 45 degrees. Oh, I'm going to go the other way. Negative 45. Okay, that'll make them where I want them to be. And then, let's see here, apply all transforms. That'll get their point there. Good. Okay, and then I can take this guy, grab this edge loop here. Yeah. And then cursor to selected. So then that'll give me that point right there. And then I can take these shapes here. And then I can go selection to cursor. And that'll put them where I need them. Awesome. So huzzah. I will have to remember to do that for the next one as well. Okay, so now I've got the box shapes for each of these corners here, but now I need the kind of in-between space, which I should be able to do really well if I take one of these sides and then I can grab the top, duplicate just that face, and then go mesh, separate by selection, back into object mode, grab that, go into edit mode, and I'll just make this easier to see by making everything transparent, and then selection, cursor to selected. There we go. And then I'm going to set that as my pivot point there. Take this face, and I should be able to extrude, rotate X, and then should be -45. Should get me like right where I want to be. Yeah, that'll work just fine. So then that looks like that covers. I don't know if that covers everything that I need it to. I might have to move this out a little bit. Let's look at this from the side. Yeah, that's gonna, this point here's got to get drug out to the edge there. And so I think I should be able to then put an edge loop on this. Control R. And then I should be able to drag this edge loop. I want to get it out towards this corner here. So there's the edge loop I got. Okay, yeah, I want to go back to bounding box so that way my widget's where I want it. And then just kind of drag it up to about where I want it to be. There, and that should cover pretty much that whole space. Yeah, I think that'll get me there. So, because this has just got to cover the edge, right? Like the side. So the centerpiece here will get the rest. I do believe. Yeah, I think I can make that work. Okay. You know, I could have put another loop in there, but let me look at it from the side and just kind of feel this out. So, because like this is the profile of the actual curve itself. So when you jump, you'll bounce here and here. I think it'll work. I'm gonna try this, and if it works and on import, then we'll keep this as the same way of doing the other one as well. Okay, so I need to duplicate this shape here. Actually, I should probably clean it up first. Merge, clean up, merge by distance. Yeah, see that got rid of 4 vertices I didn't need and didn't want. Okay, so shift duplicate, and then this over to the edge there. Well, here. Selection to grid. Doesn't want to go where I want it to go. So probably 0.5 then. Get that right in line. Yep. Okay, so now you can see that one is there. I know this is kind of a little muddy because there's so many different shapes just kind of overlapping each other. I tried it before in wireframe and it worked, but it was just really ugly to try to work with it. So, yeah, that's kind of where I ended up. Okay, so I should be able to take these 2 pieces here and then Shift D to duplicate and then separate by selection. And then that'll just give me that base right here that I want. Bounce that right where I want it. Okay, then go into edit mode on this one. And I want to drag it around to the edge here. Okay, so -9.5. -9. 8.5. Yeah, there, that'll bounce that. Just good. Okay, so, and we may need to go back and make these more fancy later, but I think this'll work for our purposes, because like ultimately this is like, you won't, like be walking on the surface, you'll be bouncing off it to keep you in the level. So it should work out just fine. Okay, so I'm gonna select all, and Alt E, extrude along normals, and then it should drag it in So -0.5. Bring that in. Yeah, that should work just fine. Okay, now hopefully this won't get gigged because it's kind of got a kind of convex shape there. I don't think it will. Looking at it, I think we're going to be okay, but we'll find out on import for sure. Okay, so now we have all of our shapes. What I can do here is I need to double check to make sure everything is good. So we're gonna hide the initial shape, and then we'll just go through all of them, make sure their normals are correct. And they're all facing the right way. Okay. Yeah, the squares should be good. These corner pieces, those are the ones I'm more concerned with. Again, drag this out and look. Yeah, normals are all right there. And then we'll do the same thing on this one. Look at it, make sure everything is where it needs to be, because it's important that the normals are all correct, or else the game engine can't figure out what the heck's going on. Okay, so those are good. This one, I bet you this one's gonna be messed up. Yeah, see, these normals are facing inside instead of outside, so put it back where it was. Take it all, and then normals calculate outside. Okay. Yeah, that should be just perfect there. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yay. So these really don't need smoothing groups. I don't know why the object shade smooth. No, not shade smooth. Shade flat. There we go. Same thing with this one here. Okay, I think that will be good. So now we got to just do the naming, get the naming right. So we will, I think the easiest way to do this is work our way around naming things and then hiding them as we go. So then we'll know where we're at. So this one is a box. So let's copy our name. And we can just place the name there. Okay. And I want this one here. Okay, and then I can hide it, work my way around. This will be 2. These first few will be easy because they've already been sort of named. Okay, and hide that one. Okay, and then I can hide that one. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to continue working up. Now these ones will be UCX because they're not a box. So it's UCX. Put the name in. And then what I can do is I can get everything right up to that point, copy it all. Okay, so then this one, we're at our 5th collision object. So now that one's properly named. Okay, and this one, 6. Okay. That'll be 7. Okay. And then start at the right there. And so this will be UBX again, but what I can do is I can just copy that, make it a UBX, and then copy it again. Paste it, copy it. You get what I'm saying. So, and then we were at 7. Okay. This will be 8. And then 9. And then 10. that should be all of our collision boxes, so that's good. All right, and then we need to put this socket end where we need it to go as well. So since we picked up the socket end from that import, we can just use the same socket end. So we just need to grab the top edge loop here. Just want the top edge loop. And then cursor to selected, so that'll give us that spot. We can grab the socket end and hit selection to cursor. Oop, wrong one. Shit. Apologize for my cursing. Solid. Alright, so try that again. So cursor to selected, and then there should be selection to cursor. There it goes. Okay, and then we should be able to unhide everything. Maybe we should do that with just an Alt H, I think. Yeah, now everything's visible again. Okay, and then we select everything, and then put our world cursor back to the world origin, and then set origin to 3D cursor, and to make sure nothing got messed up, we apply all transforms. I think that actually moved our socket end, unfortunately, so we'll have to put that back up where it was. Whoops. Okay, so grab this guy here, hide this one, so I can get at that edge loop again. Cursor to selected, and then grab that socket end. Okay, selection to cursor. Yeah, there we go. And I can unhide that. Okay, now everything is where it's supposed to be, and has proper transforms. Okay, so that's all good. I should be able to then export this. So I select everything, make sure I got everything. Okay, file, export, FBX, get my UE5 properties here, and then this is going to be SM underscore pipe D90D45. So fingers crossed, export. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and load up Unreal. Go find my my file for that. So Itsy, the final, and load up my file. Let that load. And then after that, we'll go through and do the other shapes. Back to assets, and then we'll import that new FBX that we created just now. So SM pipe D9045. Right, so import, and then hopefully this all worked out. Let's go ahead and pull it in here and take a look at it. Okay, looks like the general shape is right. Show simple collision. Yeah, looks like everything worked fine. We can go into our socket manager again like we did before and set the relative scale back down to 1 instead of 100. And our socket is where it's supposed to be. We can go to our details and our collision and fix our collisions, so that way we are good with where we were. Alright, so ignore the camera. Save that. And then, let's see here, while I'm here, we can also give it a material. So I go to my grid box. I don't know if I did it. Yeah, I did D90D45 already. So I should be able to then take this and then go up to its material and D90D45. And then as I now have a D90D45. And I can save this, and let's give her a whirl, see if everything kind of went in. So we'll just drag one, drop it into the world, and then put it, we'll say, yep. And then we'll give it on the Z, I think 1,000. Looks like 2,000. Yeah. 5,000. That's too far. Okay, 2,000. Yeah, 2,000. Like, I don't know why. I don't know, I must have punched something else in incorrectly. So yeah, see, they just fit together the way they're supposed to. And then we've got, everything working there. So we now have a second pipe to work with. Oh, huzzah. This always looks a little odd. Yeah, it's just lighting. So yeah, D90D45. Okay, yeah. So that one worked out. We can go back into Blender and just kind of repeat the process. So at this point, I'm probably going to do the rest on my own. That was the most complicated shape that you're going to have to run into. So if you're following along, it's the same thing that we did before. You should be able to work it out from where we're at. If anybody has significant issues and you're following along and you need me to walk through it, drop it in the comments and I will record another video or something, for whoever's struggling. But to be honest, the rest of this is all just repeating the same steps with a slightly different shape. So thanks for watching, and I look forward. I'm going to get the rest of these knocked out this afternoon, and then take a look at where to go from there. I may tack on another video, like another prep work video, making a couple of variations just in material for these. But that's not gonna be anything more than like a 5-minute video or something. So anyway, thanks for watching. Do all the YouTube stuff. I will see you in the next video.